subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. I don't know what happened earlier, but I'm back. So if you guys can hear me, can y'all give me a thumbs up? Let me know if you guys can hear me. I don't know what happened. I was talking and then I got disconnected. It was Sister Brooke. Something go down with your phone? I was saying Sister Brooke's phone, it made my shit mess up. But I'm here. Thank you. I'm here. We're back. I don't know what happened, but shout out to everybody in here. So we're back. Everybody give us a retweet. Let everybody know we're live. That would be great. Everybody give me a nice retweet and let everybody know that we're live now. And let me shout out some of the new folks in here. I see Cousin Jerry in the building. Cousin Jerry. I see Willa in the building. I see Jess. I see Allison. I see Lilo Me, Shane, YGLT, Miss Skyline, Deneen. Come on now, I see everybody up in here. Nikki the God, Professor Alan, Wani, Brother McCall, FBA Furball, Bushmeat Barrister in the building. Oh, I see everybody in here. So glad to have everybody back. And if my sound goes out, I'll come back on. It happens like when I'm out of town, sometimes the playback gets a little janky, but I'm here nevertheless. You know, another thing we got to talk about that I've been seeing, family, um, the situation up in Ohio. Everybody's still talking about that with the Hinton family and the father putting in some work, defending his son. That situation still has a lot of people shook. It has a lot of people in the dominant society shook because so many people are supporting the father, and the police, they keep showing up to the bail hearings and all of that. They're showing up in a lot of force, trying to look as intimidating as they can, and it's not working. Some of the family members in there arguing with the police and the whole nine. So this thing is really backfiring on them. It's not working out like they think it is. And I want you to understand something. When you have to try to make this big show of force like that, that is a sign of weakness. Let's look at this thing from a militaristic standpoint, from a military science standpoint. When an empire has to make a big performative show of force towards a small marginalized group, that shows major insecurities with the empire. You understand? That's not a good look for them because they're trying to do a psyop. They're trying to do a psyop. When you can't use persuasion to control people and you try to control them with fear, because that's what that's about. That's them trying to control us through fear. And it's not working like they think it's working. It's not working out like they think it's working out. So we got to understand how power is. And they're trying to rely on hard power. And that's not going to work. When you have the empire trying to use that kind of force, that shows that the marginalized group is somewhat of a militaristic threat. You see? I want y'all to understand this. They look at us as a real threat. Because the thing is, okay, can y'all hear me? I can't, God damn it. Hold on. Let me know if y'all can hear me, because I'm. Can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, because it keeps saying that my connection is lost. Can y'all hear me? Thumbs up. Okay, good, good, good. Because it was doing that last time. It was saying connection lost, and then it got back on. Okay, hold on. Let's get. I'm getting some thumbs down from Giancarlo. Let's get Giancarlo, and let me hear from Giancarlo, the failed fleeing tether. Giancarlo, what's going on, man? Giancarlo, unmute your microphone, please.
Yes, Tariq. Listen, sir. I think we're coming to the end of this story here. The American story. When Trump balances the the homes where you guys live. Forgot what it is. Project 8, right? Section 8. Once we balance this budget out, there's a lot of things that are gonna get fixed, Tariq. It's just the reality of it. It's not the empire collapsing. It's that we're not gonna hold on to things that are dead weight anymore. Uh,
You mean like you immigrants coming over here getting all the Section 8, right?
yeah, we could say that. Yeah,
Yeah. So what are you
there's a
going to
couple
do?
Haitians.
So what do you?
For
So
what
what?
there's a lot of
So
Haitians in New York City.
so
I don't
what do
have to
you? What do
explain
you?
that
What
to
are
you,
you?
Tariq.
What are you Latino immigrants going to do without these government handouts to you? Hmm? What are you going to do without them government
Tariq,
handouts?
we're not enemies. I want you to understand that
I'm asking.
Hispanics
Okay, come on. I
and
don't want.
African Americans are not enemies.
Okay, when I ask you a question, that's not your cue to change the subject and start trying to get into some goofball trolling. What are you going to do when those government benefits dry up? Because you're going to be the main one suffering, because now you got to stay in your homeland and build it. Now, what do you plan on doing? Hmm? Come on, Jen. Come on, talk, man. Come on, and stop trying to come up with troll material to
No,
deflect
bro.
from failure.
I'm listening to your economic plan. Like you already have this planned out. Like, what are you guys gonna do with your budgets? What are you gonna do with this or that? I'm sorry. You should be balancing out your $1 trillion economy that the Black Americans have. I don't. I'm baffled honestly by your response, sir.
Okay, thank you. You're just babbling. You're not. You trying to be witty, and you're not, because you were fleeing tether. So you're not witty, and your trolling is just lame. All right. So I thought you had some real oppositional points, and you didn't. You didn't have any counterpoints. You just kind of wanted to be acknowledged, because nobody acknowledges refugees like that. So you just wanted acknowledgement, sir. So if you want to get acknowledged, go down to Chipotle and take people's orders, sir. They'll acknowledge you. But like I said, a lot of these people, the dominant society, these people in law enforcement, they are showing insecurity by trying to use these intimidation tactics. See, excessive force, that signals insecurity. That's not strength. See, empires who are confident in their legitimacy, they don't feel threatened by marginalized groups. You see, when America uses the National Guard and all that on protesters and all of that, that's an insecurity. And they always use that heavy militarized force against us. And understand that militarization against marginalized groups, that drains a lot of resources. See, a true threat to another empire is another empire, not the civilians. Why are the civilians such a threat? What do they know about us that we don't know? You see, when disproportionate force is used on a marginalized group, that reveals that the state is diverting resources to suppress an internal truth. And suppressing the truth requires force when morality fails. See, a lot of these resistant movements that we have, um, these were about truth. And The state, the state's violent response to that was about silencing the truth. You understand? And repression at home, that mirrors an empirical decline. See, historically, when empires are on the decline, like Rome, the Ottoman Empire, they turn inward with force. So America's use of force against us, see, that's a problem. See, that's an empire that can't maintain the illusion of unity without coercion. That's a very bad look. And police militarization, see, that's an acknowledgement of civil illegitimacy. See, when they notice they started turning the police agencies into these quasi-militarized units with tanks and tactical gear and drones. Um, th- that's a very bad look. That shows that the public does not trust you. So now you have to force the public in order to be obedient. So the need to intimidate reflects lost influence. That means your lies aren't working no more. Your scams ain't working. Because see, white supremacy is all about lies. White supremacy, they're so used to lying, they just got lazy with their lies. They just got used to saying, "Hey, we killed this person and he was high on fentanyl, so yeah, we killed that person and yeah, he was having a heart attack while we were choking him. So yeah, we're not guilty." They're so used to doing things to us and then lying about it without consequence. Now that they see that there are consequences out here that's going to go outside of the system, now they're getting shook. Now they're trying to be intimidating because they don't have no more influence. People ain't going for the lies no more. That Cincinnati case, boy, that has these people shook. I'm telling you, this really has them shook because people getting into asymmetrical warfare, they can't handle that. They're not designed for that. You see, they're not designed for that at all. So this is why these people are shook. This is why they're trying to do a big psych ops on us by showing all of this force against that family and that dad. But another thing that we've been seeing, and this is what I don't like, the Tethers, they've been using this as an opportunity to do a lot of performing. Boy, the Tethers have been showing out for white mommy, white daddy on social media. The Tethers, they've been making videos denigrating the black father. Oh, there's a gazillion TikTok videos of these musty Tethers trying to get them some butter injera. But listen, why are these people playing this game? Why are they doing all of these performative condemnation videos? Because these Tethers, it's like a theme. It's like, yeah, I want to talk about the video. I want to talk about what's going on in Ohio. See, this is why black culture ain't shit. The black community is a lot of that. This man had a son who was the criminal, and he went out and killed an innocent person who didn't have nothing to do with it. He should have had better raised his son. And we're seeing a lot of that, and all of them are Tethers doing this. When we look at the people, look at their background, it's all Tethers doing it. Why are these Tethers going out of their way to do this? Which is they do stuff like this all the time. Tethers, they desire for assimilation into whiteness. They think that assimilating into white society, that's going to be a path to safety and stability and success. So condemning foundational black American resistance to police violence, they're trying to show, well, look, I'm different and I'm more civilized than them FBAs. And also they have a fear of being racially profiled by association. See, they think if they get too close to aligning with Black American resistance, they'll get lumped into the angry Black American stereotype. So they do this performative public distancing so that they can avoid collective punishment or suspicion from white society. See, and we got to be real. These immigrant communities, um, performing gratitude and docility, that's a way for them to curry favor from white employers, law enforcement institutions. So when they publicly condemn foundational black Americans, they think that's giving them social points with white audiences. Family, did y'all see that video that I put up of the police arresting this Jamaican woman? I know y'all seen it because it went viral. And boy, this is a cold piece. They're arresting her. She's in handcuffs. And she's on the ground talking about, oh, please don't kill me. I'm Jamaican. I'm not black American. Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Go kill a black American, but don't kill me. She said, go and kill a black American. And the cop was like, ma'am, you're not going to get harmed. But look, I want y'all to unpack that. I'm Jamaican. Don't hurt me. Go kill a black American. Who the thinks like that? Why would she say that? Do we say shit like that? We don't say stuff like we don't. Oh no. Oh, let go kill an immigrant. Don't kill. We don't. We don't. Our mindset don't even go there. We've been telling y'all this is how these tethers act. The Tethers love running up to us talking about, well, you are talking about you are FBAs. When the police pull us over, they don't ask if you are Jamaican, African, or FBA. They just treat us all the same. Let me tell you something about that bullshit ass narrative. That's cap. That's cap. You know why? Because the Tether class go out of their way when they interact with the police to let the police know that they are not us. What that woman did in the video ain't new. Tethers always do that. When they get around police, they make it a point to let them know, hey, hello, man. They start talking with that accent. Bumbaclad. Hello, brother. Hello, white brother. I'm not one of these niggas. I'm not a Nakata. They start performing for white people. They perform for white cops. They let these white cops know they ain't us. You understand? They let them know. So they get to perform and don't let them run that game. But listen, there's an internalized anti-black sentiment with these folks. So they come in with these anti-FBA beliefs, and it ain't the media. They love talking about the media made me hate you, nigga. No, it wasn't that. No, they came over with that. It wasn't no damn media because it's jealousy. It's jealousy towards foundational Black American cultural dominance. We control the pulse of Black culture, everything, and they have to hijack or try to redefine what we do. And these folks have a detachment from the legacy of um, what we do in our resistance. It's just not in their spirit to resist like that. These people come from these places where their mindset is rooted in colonial Christianity, where they just broke them psychologically, where they made them see obedience to authority and condemning rebellion. Um, they make it seem like that's some kind of moral superiority. That's why their homelands are stable because nobody's fighting for shit. You're not fighting no system. So the fact that they come over here and we're fighting a system, that's foreign to them. You see? So this is why we're seeing a lot of these performative videos from these tethers. Let me get some folks in here. Then we got it. Speaking of tether, we got Bushmeat, and I don't want to talk to him. Let me get Brother Average in here. Let's get Average. Let's get Average in here. Average FBA in the building. What's up, Average?
Doing?
I'm good. How you doing, fam?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Yeah, that's very telling. This is what they do. When I was in another career, I'll say, um, they would. I was told by one of the higher ups how they would go out of their way to not just distinguish themselves from us, but they would talk about different traits that they had that were better than us. Be very critical.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. It's a white man telling me this. He had married into the family of one of them, and he was telling me this, and he was like, "I can't understand why they were saying it about y'all." He was like shocked, but it would. And then they had this weird coldness about him. Now, when I got promoted, they started skinning and grinning. And I hated it because it was such a difference in traits. Funniest thing too, even funnier thing was, we had a camera where we would catch people sleeping, right, and we would laugh at some of the pictures. Well, the two men in their family were caught on camera sleeping. They was telling how they worked so damn hard, and they was caught on camera sleeping. Oh, we work much harder than those black Americans, and it's bull. So they go out of their way to distinguish themselves. Meanwhile, what they don't understand is a lot of times they're looked at as useful tools, but also less civilized useful tools, because a lot of white Americans look at them as having a lesser IQ than black Americans, and being less civilized, even cannibals oftentimes. So it's like, you
Yeah.
saying this, you doing yourself a disservice oftentimes in the eyes of white people. So might want to chill on that. So that's all I got to say.
Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, man, I saw my brother Randy Short sent me something where this nurse in Baltimore, this Nigerian nurse, got sentenced because she was over there at a nursing home abusing elderly FBAs. She had a history of it. I think she was going to different damn nursing homes because she'd get fired from one and then I guess change her name or something. But she kept getting jobs at these nursing homes, and there was complaints about this broad, this Nigerian lady beating the brakes off elderly FBA. See, that's another thing we got to watch, man. We better really understand some of the hatred that these folks have, man, and what they do when they get in certain positions where we're vulnerable. You understand? Because see, the average tether, they can't run up on able-bodied FBAs unless they're working in law enforcement, just like we saw down in Memphis. Those quote black police officers got acquitted by an all-white jury for abusing a foundational black American man, and we know at least one of those cops was a damn tether. I think all of them were, to be honest, but we know for a fact one of them is a Jamaican tether. So yeah, the white supremacists in the tether class, they try to get this little relationship and this little camaraderie with each other against us. The tethers are aware of this. They are fully aware of this. We better understand why delineation was not just necessary, it was essential. We should have been delineating a long time ago, man. Because when we dealing with folks, man, we sitting up here thinking that these are our brothers, and there's some people who are cool, but we got to understand certain people from different cultures who are melanated. These people don't have the same mindset as us, and they look at us as another hostile tribe. They had this. They got the same mindset that they had 500 years ago when they were selling niggas. That mindset didn't change. We better understand what's going on and not let people run these mind games on us. Like Bushmeat Barrister. Now, yeah, this is a perfect example. You see how resentful Bushmeat Barrister is of FBAs and how this dude kiss white ass all the time. What's up, Bushmeat?
Hey, did you watch that viral video of FBA woman mocking a passenger for Frontier Airlines? Are you familiar with that viral video?
Yeah, they got. I didn't see it, but I heard about it and I heard they got fired.
Yeah, they actually got fired. Do you think that's a representation of Black women, specifically, yeah, Black American women in America? That type of
Now, how
attitude.
many Black American women? How many Black American women do that at the jobs?
The vast majority, as Myron pointed out, there was a
The
survey.
black mass majority of black women don't do no shit like
Yes, they
that.
do. Yes,
Them-
they do. There's a
That's the bush
stereotype.
meat talking.
There's a stereotype out there where black women.
There's a stereotype of your village, sir. There's a stereotype of flies and hunger. So are we going with stereotypes?
Well,
Are you
I
all
just
hungry
say
with
that
flies
that's a
on you?
bad representation of FBA women out there. They're very loud,
Well,
very
you
obnoxious.
running around your village with flies and hunger, is that a good representation?
Nope, I'm not sure where you're getting the data and stats that people in Africa live around, live in hunger and flies, but you're constantly
Well,
deflecting.
you were over here for a reason, and you're eating good. You ain't over there in that village,
Well,
so yes,
I've never been there.
it's some, and that further proves that you don't want to be nowhere near the hunger and the
Well, I
flies.
don't want to
So
be
that proves
nowhere.
my point.
I don't want to be nowhere around
Right.
black women because I.
Well, you don't want to be nowhere around your damn musty village. Thank you for the call. I don't want to hear all that. This is a perfect example of why we delineate. I just brought him up here for a quick second. I just wanted to show y'all in real time why we gotta delineate from these musty, jealous ass tethers.
I need some more work, baby, tonight. I need some more work on me tonight.